Yo, my man's got age restricted. If we get age restricted with this nigga, bro. Got school hallways.
Now, I'm pretty sure we all know how agonizing and distressing class can be. It doesn't matter if it's math, English, biology, Spanish. Every single one of these classes make me want to front flip into the Sarlacc pit. But what is rarely discussed is the hazardous and treacherous corridor that most like to refer to as the hallway. Every day it seems like there's a new headline about what goes down in the hallway, like it's New York Times or something. So today, we'll be discussing the problems with school hallways and the trials and tribulations that come with them. Comment down below the worst part about school hallways, and like and subscribe if you're new. First, we gotta talk about the physical hallway itself. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my hallway used to smell like 8 truckloads of body odor, corn chips, and discouragement. The moment you walk into this detestable building that tainted—
Hold on, I got y'all niggas. My fault, man.
Truckloads of body odor, corn chips, and discouragement. The moment you walk into this detestable building, that tainted air will bombard your nose like the fucking FBI or something. I wholeheartedly believe that this is the reason why everybody in my school had immune systems weaker than Dipper Pines. There were so many germs generating in this dirty ass hallway, bro, and they were multiplying like Echo. Not to mention the lights were dim as hell. Like that shit looked straight out of a Five Nights at Freddy's game. It was so dark in there that when you would leave the school, you would get fucking flashbanged. And plus the floors had collected more dust than a damn ceiling fan.
Nigga, what school did you go to, my nigga? I always ain't that fucking bad.
And I don't know about y'all, but my school always had those corny ass stop bullying posters. But ironically, that's where most of the bullying occurred. There were more niggas getting shoved into lockers than anchovies in a can. Like they think boys are gonna see these signs and get put in a trance or something. And the stairs were more narrow than an Alabamian's family tree. Like only your tippy toes could fit on those motherfuckers. This would explain why there were more people falling up and down the stairs than those grannies in those Life Alert commercials. But these are just the issues with the physical hallway itself. The worst is yet to come. Now we gotta talk about how crowded the hallways are. Good golly, Miss Molly. This has to be the worst part about hallways, bro. Most of us would be enraptured when they hear that bell ring louder than the Windows startup sound. But I dreaded it knowing the absolute fucking tsunami of people I had to conquer if I wanted to get to my next class. I don't even know where half these niggas come from. They just start spawning in like Minecraft zombies. Now at my school, the hallway was split into 2 halves like a 2-way street, meaning that everybody was on their right side. Now you might think that this would help students flow through the hallway quicker than some blood cells, but this shit became more dysfunctional.
What the fuck?
Than Blueface's relationship. There were always people that would walk on the opposite side of the hallway and try to Nick Bolton their way through the hallway. And this was just the icing on the dry ass cake because you had to try and get through the absolutely gargantuan conglomerate.
I swear, bro. Cause literally, nigga, there would be niggas literally in front of me. I walk slow as fuck too, by the way. I walk slow as hell. You guys, my parents, I walk slow as fuck. The nigga, literally, these niggas walk so fucking slow. Move the fuck out the way. And then also the other thing that be making me fucking mad is like I'm in somebody's way, somebody's walking my direction, and then you do that awkward shit where you let them go or they let you go or some shit and y'all fucked around and stuff.
Of kids that were enclosing you like prison bars. It was so suffocating to be in the middle of all these motherfuckers, bro. You can't even see what the fuck's in front of you. We'll come back to these motherfuckers later in the video. Now we gotta talk about the lockers. Schools are really malicious for giving us more books than a library and then expecting us to fit all of them in these micro mini ass lockers, bro. This is why I left all my books at home and prayed that my teacher would remind us when we would need them. Because my lockers were thinner than Brandon Ingram. Like you could barely fit your backpack in that motherfucker. And I'm not gonna walk around with a backpack that weighs more than Eric Carbon with all these books. And not to mention, every time I went to try and open mine, that shit was like cracking a fucking safe. I swear I would put in the right combination, but that motherfucker would get jammed more than Chicago traffic. And plus there was always some nefarious individual leaning up against my locker trying to rizz up a girl that was way out of his league. It also sucks when your lockers across the fucking country from your classroom. Now I gotta try and crack a code and make it to my next class in a nanosecond. I remember once this grotesque individual was storing fruit from lunch in his locker for the entire fucking year, bro. Bro, the smells that were radiating from that locker could have revived Michael Jackson. That shit was growing a new fucking organism, bro. They could—
what the fuck?
They gave that locker to Dexter and have him run tests on that bitch. Now we gotta talk about the fights. My hallway doubled as a fucking Mortal Kombat arena. People were performing fucking gang rituals in the hallway, bro. There were 101s, people getting jumped.
101s. Niggas would be on dumb shit, literally. They won't even be hitting for real. They would just be playing fine shit. It would be like 50 deep in the hallway, nigga. Yeah.
He had it all, bro. And every time there was a slight altercation, a fucking stadium with people would spawn in and start instigating. And there were always those people who would try to record the fight and all of a sudden get fucking muscle spasms in both of their hands and end up recording everything else but the fight. And then they got the nerve to ask me if I want to see the fight. My nigga, this video is giving me motion sickness through the screen. I swear, when people record fights on their iPhone 14 Pro Max with 4K quality and 17,000 cameras, that shit turns into the most atrocious video with the lowest resolution, bro. And we all know those girls who just pull each other's hair and call it fighting. Like they actively try to turn each other into Caillou when they fight. And most of the guys don't even connect on their punches. And there's always that one teacher decides to pull up a couple weeks later to break up the fight. I remember once one of my teachers had to tackle a kid to keep him from fighting another kid. And keep in mind that the teacher was, no exaggeration, 6'7". I don't know how that kid came out of there alive. Now we gotta talk about the teachers in the hallway. There were always those teachers that were yelling at students to keep walking. But what's ironic is that they never actually did anything about the niggas that were walking like senior citizens. They were always poking their heads out their classroom like fucking Diglets or something. They used to camp outside their classrooms to harass students trying to walk in the hallway. Like they really go out of their way to yell at us. They always be talking shit too, talking about, you better hurry up, the bell's gonna ring in 10 seconds. My nigga, I don't need your ass taunting me like a fucking jester. And they always were trying to hand out detentions like coupons. Always talking about, take your headphones out.
For being late, bitch? I wouldn't fucking not dropped out, but I would not.
My nigga, I just put on my best Bird Box impression and walk past these motherfuckers. And teachers love talking shit about their students in the hallway during passing period too. They don't even try to hide it for real. Now we gotta talk about the different types of students in the hallway. First, the slow and the fast walkers. Now I don't know which of these variants are worse. The slow walkers literally make my academic life harder than bedrock. Now look, I'm not saying everybody needs to cosplay as Sonic and do the dash to class TK style, but at least walk like you have a fucking conscience. I will never understand why these niggas decide to impersonate penguins when they're in the hallway. Like I've seen zombies move at quicker speeds. They walk like they're modeling for a fucking TV commercial. And then they build a fucking indestructible wall of ponderous niggas. And then they got the nerve to try and have an attitude when someone tries to get past them. They must think niggas can phase through them like Danny Phantom. But then it got to a point where I just started bodying niggas. Now as for the fast walkers, it's just as bad. I swear the slow walkers are always in front of you and the fast walkers are behind you. The back of my shoes have been stepped on more times than an incel at an anime convention. This shit is so infuriating, bro. And most of the time these cinder block footed niggas will step me right out of my fucking shoe. My nigga, I know your nerd ass wanna get to class bright and early, but you don't need to sever my shoe from my foot. Now we gotta talk about the cringy couples. Now I know for a fact that everybody has seen these flamboyant oddballs in the hallway at some point. They're more common than rats in New York City. They're always standing in the middle of the fucking hallway holding hands. I don't know how people can be this entitled. They must think that because they're in a relationship that everybody is moving on their schedule. I don't know how
niggas right here. Whether they go out or not,
people can be this entitled. They must think that because they're in a relationship that everybody is moving on their schedule. My nigga, I have no problem sending this fake ass Bonnie and Clyde to the Shadow Realm. Their faces are glued to each other's like they're laced with Elmers. All they do is act as another barrier preventing me from getting to class. And then they got the nerve to be swapping DNA against the fucking lockers. I don't get how teachers don't shut this shit down expeditiously, just holding on to each other like some fucking sea otters. Bro, I deadass be ready to evolve into a Karen and tell the principal on they ass. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship at school, but just keep it the fuck out the way. And it's always so awkward. They're just embracing each other, trying to get the attention of everybody in the school. Now we gotta talk about the weird kids. You know, the kids who Naruto run up and down the fucking hallway. They usually have big ass headphones wrapped around their neck like a scarf, and they be rocking a jacket that's about 3 sizes too big. And it's crazy how agile and nimble these niggas be moving because they always got a big ass backpack on. Like their legs have to be stronger than Hulk's pants to be able to haul ass like that. Or they're carrying 12 books in their hands and end up dropping them like Tony Romo. And you'll always be able to find them carrying a Nintendo Switch, bro. And they're always the first nigga in the lunch line. But the fact they feel the need to run to the cafeteria for stomach aches and uncertainty on a tray is very concerning. They were definitely some of the most annoying people, bro. And I know y'all seen those kids who walk around with their Chromebooks treating that motherfucker like it's a cyber-powered PC. But overall, these niggas be zipping up and down the hallway like Accelerate. Now we gotta talk about the kids who skip class. These niggas literally just roam the hallways like it's the yellow brick road or something. Like they really be ducking security like they're on some getaway chase, bro. The moment they hear those keys in that walkie-talkie, they dip the fuck out like a deer in a hunting range. Now we gotta talk about the annoying kids. Firstly, the kids who blast their music every morning. These niggas eradicate my ears with their vexatious music. They really were playing a SoundCloud special every fucking day. I also hated those groups of girls.
I've never heard niggas blast music since like middle school. I ain't gonna hold you. Like actually, like consistently blast music, like that ain't heard since.
Who would form big ass groups and gossip and just stand dead center in the middle of the fucking hallway. I also disdain the where my hug at motherfuckers. These niggas really have riz with a 0% success rate. They get turned down more than applicants to Harvard University. And then there's the niggas who dap you up every time you see them. Like I was saying the same nigga after every period and he dapped me up every time. But once there was a nigga who called me by my name and dapped me up. But I don't know who the fuck I had interacted with. But I think that's gonna wrap everything up for this video, man. Comment down below the worst part about school hallways. Like, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below what else you want to see from me in the future, man. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I appreciate you. I love all y'all, man.
Yo, man. WViz, bro. It'll age restrict though. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I forget my shit restricted too.